Hi, welcome to the Brendan Graves Experience, where we talk about different experiences from St. Louis. Today, we will be talking about gun violence in St. Louis. Currently with me, I have two guests, each from different parts of St. Louis, Rudy Schmitt and Will Buck. Rudy, where are you from and what high school do you go to?
I'm from Ferguson, Missouri. I just went to the Ferguson Public High School down there.
And then Will, where are you from?
Sunset Hills, Missouri, and I went to Lindbergh.
Please describe gun violence in St. Louis, and especially your area, Rudy.
So what I've experienced in Ferguson was just a lot of gun violence. It's a high poverty rate, and the level there is it's really bad. And guns are being sold in the stores, out of the stores, just on the streets. It's everywhere. It's hard to find a guy that doesn't have a gun, honestly, and some of it's protection, some of it's like you're just scared. Like, I mean, I'm looking over my shoulder 90% of the time. I don't want to go to Chipotle. I can't go to Chipotle. And it's just stuff like that. It's in the high schools, it's in the middle schools. It's terrible.
Do you think it's necessary to have a gun on you in that area?
I mean, it can be. I mean, it's good protection and stuff, but at the same time, you see a gun, it's taken the wrong way. Somebody mistakes me as a member of a gang affiliation, and I'm shot and I'm dead because I have a gun to protect me. And if I had a family, my family, and I don't want to raise kids in Ferguson because of the scared people out there and the poverty level and the gun violence. It's just not a good spot.
I mean, you getting shot, that doesn't just affect you, and I mean, it leaves a big impact on the people left behind, like your family, your friends, the people in your community that love and value you.
Whoever sees that, I mean, that's a scary thing. Like,
leaves a lot of stress, drama. I mean,
it's terrible.
Will, please describe your experience.
Where I lived, we didn't really have much gun violence, you know. We really just had just high schoolers fight every now and then, but that's just something you can't get away with going to a public high school. No one really ever had guns, you know. Like, you might have guns for protection or something, but no one went out shooting anyone.
Yeah, it'd be a lot more minor. It'd be fist fights.
Yeah,
not really
fist fights. Yeah, nothing.
Use your words. They wouldn't really.
Yeah, no one died from any of my experience I've seen with people fighting, you know.
What do you think the big reason why there is no gun violence in your area?
I think it's because we have a police station really close by, too, and that police station is very well funded. You know?
How so?
We do charity events to help fund them, and
okay.
That's all I can think
very,
of.
Very cool, interesting.
Yeah.
We need to do that more, I feel like. I feel like that'd be very good for all the police stations in the Missouri County to do.
I think the more police stations, the safer the streets are.
I totally agree. Rudy, please describe your experience.
With the police and stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people view the police negatively just because they don't, I don't know, and at least in Ferguson. I don't, obviously, but...
You value them?
I value the police. They protect me. They protect my parents and my sister. And if obviously, I'm 18. I'm not going to choose to raise a family in Ferguson, but if I did have to, I would value the police as protection. And that's another way, I don't have to have a gun because the police have a gun. They can protect me from the bad guns. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's more of a community versus the police thing. Sometimes those gangs, I feel see the police negatively, and I don't know. It's because they're breaking the law. I mean, if you don't break the law, the police are on your side, and so.
Do you think there's anything we can do to help prevent the gun violence in your area?
I just think more sting operations, more undercover cops looking around, looking for street guns, more background protection,
Yeah, background protection's a big thing. I feel like it's very easy to buy a gun these days.
Yeah, just background checks. There's guys that how are middle schoolers and high schools getting on? That's unsafe, and the amount.
Should be allowed, yeah.
And then I feel there could also be some type of training aspect, how to use the gun safely and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, training course would also be very useful. All right, thank you for listening in to our podcast of the Brendan Graves Experience, where we talked about gun violence in St. Louis. I hope this helped you learn a little different perspective and help you gain a little more knowledge on gun violence in St. Louis. Thank you.